Hello world gang, welcome to another series of Xauusd weekly podcast. In this video, I will use price action to point out key support and resistance level you should look out for in the coming week. Stick around to the end of this video so you won't miss it. And if you're not yet subscribed, you know what to do. Click on the subscribe button and turn on notification so that you get notified anytime I drop a new video. So here's our daily time frame, and if you watch my previous video, we marked out this support zone, and also a resistance zone at the top. So these zones are still holding. Market have not break above or below it, but our trend line got broken at this point right here. Looking at that, we had a break and a retest right here. So if you are looking at price action, it's supposed to push to the downside, but how certain are we that it's going to push the downside? So I'm going to give you a buy scenario and also a sell scenario, so that anyone that happen, you know what to do. Let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to give a buy scenario and a sell scenario. So in this 4 hours time frame, we are looking for area of interest. So as you can see at this point, these are an area of interest. Area of interest, also known as a zone. You can also call it a support and resistance, but not necessarily called that. So this is our area of interest on the 4 hours time frame. As you can see, markets came to that zone at this point. It also came at this point. So basically, any point that the market come and touch more than once or multiple times is a zone. So this is my area of interest I found on the 4 hours time frame. So what does that mean? And that's where the market closed. As you can see, that's where the market closed, because market have been rejecting from that zone. They've been rejecting from this zone right here, has been rejecting from there. So we don't know if it's going to buy or if it's going to sell, but daily time frame showed a break and a retest of our trend line. So moving forward, an area of interest right here, because market came to this area of interest at this point. It touched again at this point. We also have multiple touches on this area. So before you mark an area of interest, you should see where the market have touched before. That's why it's called an area of interest. We are interested in that line because market have touched on it multiple times. So this is currently the 1 hour time frame, and what I like to do is also look for zones and the same thing over and over again until I see a good price action. So looking at this 1 hour time frame, as you guys know, I also look for trend lines on my 1 hour time frame. So this is giving us a downtrend. This is a very solid downtrend. So that's to say that market can also break this one trend line, and at this point it's also giving us a support. That's also to say that the market can also break this support. So that's the buy and sell scenario. So if market is going to buy, we are going to be targeting this high, and if market is actually going to sell, we are going to be targeting this low, because our buy side liquidity and this is our sell side liquidity. Most people might know it as measure swing high and measure swing low. So if you're actually selling for the week, you're selling, your target is supposed to be this way. Target is supposed to be 32.69, and you determine your stop loss anywhere you want to put it. So if you're buying for this week, you're going to wait for a breakout of this trend line, and your target should be 3402.254 on gold. That's if you are buying. You know, that's how it is. If you're selling, let me take it again. If you're selling, your take profit should be 3268.001. So that is it for the week. So let's just go down to the 30 minutes time frame. So looking at 30 minutes time frame, as you can see, there's a lot of consolidation here because that was Friday. Our market is contemplating either to break to the upside or to break the downside. So for the day traders and scalpers, if you are buying gold, for the new week, your take profit should be 3374.524. That's your take profit should be. That's a zone I feel like is normal for day traders and scalpers. This is on 30-minute time frame. 3374.525. Yeah, you determine your own stop loss depending on your account size. So if you're selling, you should not risk much. You also apply a good risk management whether you're buying or you're selling. I'm just going to map out the buy scenario and the sell scenario on the 4 hours time frame. So this is what it's going to be. How I expect the market to move. That's for the buy scenario. So for the sell scenario, I'm expecting the market to drop. But for me, if you ask me, I will say I'm going to take the sell as my plan A. The sell is my plan A, while the buy is my plan B. So that's what we're looking at for next week. So when you're done watching this, just drop your questions in the comments. I promise to reply. Just drop your questions in the comments if you have any. Drop your questions in the comments. And for those who are asking, and those who have been asking, I trade price action strategy. I use price action to analyze my charts. So it's as simple as that.